Yep. Good morning. Good morning. Let me adjust this a little bit. There we go. Get that centered a little bit. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my live. Hey, Atar. Hey, guys. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, Mondo. Welcome. Welcome. Romarsh. Um, if it looks a little weird when you're watching me here, it's because I've got two lives going on here. I've got a YouTube and a TikTok live going on here. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys real quick here. So I just want to know, like, if you're a rental, if you have rental properties, if you're a real estate investor, and it feels like your rent checks every month are already gone to a bunch of next repair bills, guys, you're not alone. I've been doing this for 20 years. And honestly, real estate used to be a good gig, but lately it's just like it just seems like somewhere along the way everything changed, and I started noticing more and more. Hey, Kent, welcome, welcome. Um, I just started noticing more and more that every month the rents were disappearing to surprise repair bills. Some of the repair bills had to be planned. I mean, and I get it, like, because I do keep my properties nice. I want to make sure that they're nice for my tenants, and this is one of the things that I do make a point of when I talk about this stuff is, when you're in real estate investing, everybody thinks that your actual property is your asset. Well, it's not. Your actual asset is the tenants, and keeping good care of your tenants and making sure they have a comfortable, safe place that they can call home. Hey, Tanya, making sure they have a comfortable, safe place they can call home. That's paramount to you because those tenants can make or break you. I mean, if they're moving out every 3 or 4 years, or even a year, that costs you a lot of money. That comes all off your bottom line, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, like even the good tenants, they use a house and they wear stuff out, and water heaters go whether you've got a tenant in there or not. Furnaces, roofs wear out whether you've got tenants in there or not, good tenants or bad tenants. So, anyways, I want to touch base because what was happening for me was, as we went on, as my real estate investments, continued over the space of 20 years. It's all, I guess it's 21 now, but um, I just started noticing more and more that the cash flow was disappearing. And I used to have, I mean, the joke was that used to own a small town. Now I just own the street. But I just noticed that over time, the cash flow was disappearing, and I had to dip in more and more into my line of credit just to pay all the bills for the month, let alone my own living expenses. It gets a little draining after a while when you've bought into the dream that real estate investment is supposed to be passive income. And I honestly thought that it was going to be my freedom machine as I got into my retirement years. And obviously I'm 64 now, so I should be, in theory, I mean, I'm an entrepreneur, we never really retire, but I should be thinking about retirement now. Most folks would be thinking about retirement, and a lot of the folks I ran into over the years, they were they had 9 to 5s, and they were investing. Hey, Albert. Hey, Harpreet. Hey, Royal Marsh. Um, they had 9 to 5s, and they were investing in real estate as their investment idea for retirement income. So, all of a sudden now, they a lot of these guys that I talk about, um, family folks, good folks, but thanks for filtering the comments, by the way. They were good folks, but what was happening is, they have their plan. They've got their passive income retirement on this, or their passive income real estate investment on the side. And next thing you know, well, it needs a new roof. Well, it hasn't generated the 5 or 6 or 8 thousand dollars for that roof over the time that they've owned it. So now they're dipping into their own savings to pay for that roof. Now they're dipping into money that they had set aside for, who knows, like kids' college, their own living expenses, maybe that vacay they wanted to take with a family over Christmas or over the summer, and all those opportunities started disappearing. So um, if you're watching, I just want to ask you guys, if you're watching, just throw it in the comments. Like, do you invest in real estate? Do you own rental properties? because I'd be very, very curious to know how many of you on here. I'm gonna tell you now. I'm going to talk about real estate investing. I'm going to talk about different opportunities that I feel are better than real estate investing. If that's not where you're at right now, your time is better spent someplace else. I'll tell you that right now. I don't want to waste your time. I want to talk about real estate investing, clean district auto detailing. I should bring you my car. It's filthy. Anyways, welcome, welcome, Nashi, welcome. So, anyways, those are the kind of the things that I was running into as a real estate investor over the years, and it was very frustrating because, you know, again, I thought that real estate investment was going to be my dream machine for retirement income, and it's kind of blowing up in my face right now. So, by the way, if you don't know me, if you've never seen me, I do post a lot on TikTok. I do YouTube videos as well. My name's Harry. I'm a grandpa and a pilot from the prairies in Canada, and I just, again, I used to be a real estate investor. I still am. I still own properties. I mean, it's not dead for me yet, but I'm just really changing around the way I look at creating passive income, passive, reliable retirement income. And the one thing that what was I going to tell you now? The one thing that I do want to talk about is when you get into these years, and it's not that I'm going to, it's not that I'm done. I've got a lot of life left in me, but at the same time, as you get into these years, your opportunities start to dry up a little bit, shall we say? When you're 20 and you've got an investment and it doesn't turn out quite right, well, you've got lots of time that you can rebuild, um, try different investments. You've got lots of time that you can rebuild those savings. You've got lots of time that you can try different things. But when you start getting into your 50s and your 60s, which is, the audience that I'm talking to right now, again, I mean, I'm talking to guys that are 50s, 60s, couples, parents that are 50s, 60s. They want thinking about retirement. They're thinking about a real estate investment as a way to fund that retirement because, again, if you're working 9 to 5, if you're uh, once you retire from that job, like the paycheck's gone too, and probably your benefits are gone as well. So, people start looking around. Well, real estate, sounds like a pretty good thing. You own land. Oh yeah, land's great. Uh, Not so much. There's a lot of restrictions. A lot of the expenses that I had no control over started going through the roof. Insurance for going through the roof for less coverage. Property taxes always go up; they never go down. Um, Utilities going up, and of course, even the good tenants, good tenants move out after 3 or 4 years or something like that. You have to go through that place. Probably needs a paint job, maybe needs new flooring, definitely needs some touch ups, and all of a sudden you're spending, 2 or 3 or 4 thousand dollars on the touch ups to get it ready for the next 10. That's your cash flow. That's your money. That's the money that you made off the last 3 years with the tenants that were there, and all of a sudden it disappears. Well, gee, what happened here? I thought this was supposed to be reliable passive income. It's not. Not only that, but you've got a boatload of money invested in it because you would have had to come up with your down payments, cash to close. So if I haven't put the fear of God into you, you know, go ahead and invest in real estate. I'm not saying that I've got a better mousetrap. For me, I do think I have a better mousetrap, but you know, it's up to you. I'm just giving you an opportunity. You can check it out. If you like this opportunity, by all means, go and get more information on it. And if you decide it's not for you, I don't know if it's for you, but if you decide it's not for you, if you decide that real estate, after everything, if you decide that real estate is going to be a better option for you, by all means, I mean, you're welcome to it. I just know what works for me, and I'm trying to, and I want to share that with you. So what I wanted to go over with you guys is the what I'm working on now, what I'm looking into now is something that I call digital real estate. Now, what I mean by digital real estate, it's an asset, much like a rental property. much like a real estate investment. It's an asset that you own that you can generate revenue from. So, so what I'm going to offer, or what I'm going to suggest to you is if you compare the real estate with the digital real estate, so to speak, the rental property with the digital real estate, so to speak, compare those two, and you'll see the differences. So, obviously, rental properties, you have to come up with huge down payments. Digital real estate, you don't necessarily have to come up with that. Because there are products out there that are very expensive, and I've been through a couple of them, and they didn't turn out at all the way I'd planned. And money down, money down the river, so to speak. But at least I knew, you know, at least where was I going with this? You know, I learned those lessons, and I did learn some stuff. They just didn't turn out the way I'd planned. Again, I was looking for passive income. They didn't turn out the way I'd planned. So that's okay. I mean, I've got other options now, and I found a better one. But you know, again, with real estate, with actual real estate, I mean, you've got all your fixed expenses. You've got your mortgage. Digital real estate doesn't have a mortgage. You've got your property taxes. Digital real estate doesn't have that. Digital businesses don't have that. You've got insurance, property taxes, yeah, digital real estate doesn't have any of those things. And not only that, but real estate, if you own a piece of real estate, um, you can only rent that out to one person. I mean, I have suited basements. I can rent the top and the bottom out, but at the end of the day, that's it. Once somebody's in there, that's it. Whereas I work with a product. It's called a master resale rights product, and it's all set up. It's all ready to go. And once you've got that product, once you've invested into that product, you can remarket that as many times as you want. You're not stuck with just you can only sell it once. You can remarket that product as many times as you possibly can. And you don't have to put any more work into it. You don't have to buy another product to do that. Once you've got that master resale rights, you have 100% right, master resale right to resell that product. And not only that, but you make 100% profit. You don't have to share that with an upline. You don't have to share that with an MLM sponsor, um, what do they call them? Franchise sponsor, nothing like that. You don't have to share that with anybody, which is pretty sweet. Because I guarantee you, real estate never did that for me. I mean, anytime I ever got a rent check, the first thing, mortgage had to be paid, property taxes had to be paid, insurance had to be paid, utilities had to be paid. All that stuff had to be paid. And then all of a sudden, someone comes along and says, "Oh yeah, by the way, we had to put in a new boiler, water heater, furnace, roof, whatever it happens to be." And the next thing you know, instead of the cash that you had calculated coming in, the cash flow you'd calculated coming in from the passive investment, all of a sudden you find yourself having to shell out money instead. So that's kind of where it broke for me. And that's why a couple of years ago, I was looking at my stuff, and I just sold some properties to, again, to pay down my line of credit. I sold some real estate to pay down my line of credit. And I was looking at that and going, well, wait a minute now. I used to own this. Now I only own this. If I keep going at this rate, I'm going to end up 80. I'm going to have no real estate left, and I'm going to be kind of essentially flat broke with nothing to show for 30 years of real estate investing. It didn't sit very well with me. So I started looking into the digital world, and I found a couple of products that didn't turn out quite the way, a couple of systems that didn't turn out quite the way I had planned, and cost me a lot of money. And that's when I found this blueprint. That's when I landed on this blueprint and started looking into, you know, digital real estate, master resale rights. It's a really sweet system. I mean, it's all set up, because I'm sure that one of the first things that that comes to you is, oh well, here we go. Now I got to build digital products when I can, you know, barely get going in a day. and I've got no time for it. Well, this is one of the sweetheart things about the digital system that I'm working with, this blueprint that I'm working with. It's done. It's all set up. It's all ready to go. You don't have to set up a thing if you don't want. And not only that, but you can get all your work done, all your income producing activities done in 2 hours a day. And on future lives, I'm going to start talking about that as well. So, keep that in mind. I mean, like I guarantee you, you're probably spending more time scrolling scrolling cat videos on TikTok than you are actually, you know, you could have all your income producing activities done by that. And so so what I'm saying is like, the digital the master resale rights with a fully done for you system is a really good way to start. Because again, I mean, for basically for the price of your closing costs, your lawyer and your closing costs, you could have your own digital business up and running. And so, one of the things that I want to allay a couple of fears here for starters. One of the things that a lot of people talk about is, well, is this, is it crypto? Is it MLM? Something along those lines. It's not. It's an e-learning system where the system that I follow, the blueprint that I follow, teaches you these high income skills of how to create, um, of how to market online. Now, there's a couple of options here that you can think about. Number one, obviously, if you don't have a product at all, the e-learning system, the blueprint becomes your product. You can offer that product as a way that other people can learn the online world. And the online world, let me tell you about this. The online world, I think it was 2019, the online world was about nine $900 million a year, something like that, almost $1 billion a year. Not a small chunk of change. The online world is expected to be $1 trillion industry by 2030. So, I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, when you think about if you want to get into a business, you want a business in a market that's growing. I mean, you wouldn't want to buy a business when, a buggy whip, but you wouldn't want to buy a buggy whip business when, when back in the days when the automobile was starting to take over from horses and buggies. Um, that's a dying business. When you get into the digital world, and I'm sure you guys are seeing this yourselves. I mean, we just came through Christmas, guys. Come on, be honest with me. How many of you guys did all your shopping on Amazon? How many of you guys bought everything online and probably never even went to a store? I mean, I feel sorry for the malls because the only reason people go there is just for something to do, maybe a cup of coffee these days. Doesn't seem like a lot of people are doing a lot of shopping when they've got better opportunities, um, in the online world. But I just want to make clear that this is what this is. It's not some kind of hypey thing. It's not. It's not crypto. It's not. Yeah, again, it's not an MLM. It's your own business. Now, that being said, it's your own business. You're in business by yourself or for yourself, but you are not in business by yourself. You become, when you get involved in the digital marketing world and the opportunity that I'm talking about, the system I'm talking about, you have constant, you're part of a community, 50, I think, believe it's 56,000, maybe it's up to 57,000 by now, but you're involved in a community that has, you know, constant mentoring, constant trainings, mindset, you name it, skill sets, all that kind of stuff. And they help you grow, and they're bound and determined to help you be as successful as you possibly can be in your business. So again, I'm going to throw this out here because I see a lot of people joining up here, and welcome. Finley, Min, hey, welcome. MEM, Joey, Mercury, welcome, guys. Um, Toss in the comments. Are you a real estate investor? Is it turning out for you? What do you, are you, or maybe you're thinking about maybe you're thinking about investing in real estate and you're just, you don't know where to go. Maybe you can't get the down payment. Maybe you can't get the mortgage. Believe me, I ran into a lot of people back in the day and they really wanted to invest in real estate, but they didn't have enough for a down payment. They couldn't buy a house. They didn't, whatever, for whatever reason, credit or whatever, they couldn't qualify for a mortgage. And it put them out of the game. Where, in the digital world, um, you can get into the game for probably, some of the products we have, some of the systems we have, you can get in there for less than the price of the big screen TV on your wall. And I mean, a lot of people a lot of people spend a lot of money on stuff they really don't need. Why would you not want to invest in something that could create wealth for you on and on, create legacy wealth for you? We've got it's I'm not sure how far it is now, but we've got well over probably 110 six-figure earners in our community. Just folks like you and I, just trying to do our thing. And we've got a couple of seven-figure earners as well. We're starting to work our way up on that. So, we're growing. This opportunity is growing, and we are on the cutting edge of this opportunity. So, again, guys, if you've got any questions, toss them in the comments. If I can't get to them now, uh, during the live, I'll get to them after the live is done. I'll send you a DM or whatever. Um, and answer any questions you've got. In the meantime, if you like more information, if you want to see what this blueprint is all about, go to my site. It's www.yourwealthmastery.com. It's all one word, yourwealthmastery.com, just the way it sounds. And you can sign up there. You can get the blueprint. You can have a look at it. It's about a 5-minute read, and it'll give you, a better idea of what this whole system is all about, what this whole blueprint is all about, and how you can really benefit from the digital industry and how it's growing right now. And it's growing in leaps and bounds, and it's going to grow whether you get involved or not. So, you may as well be on it. So I just wanted to let me see here. I made some notes here. I hope you guys don't mind. I made some notes here, but I just wanted to, again, check in. Like, what are you guys doing for passive income these days? What are you doing for your retirement income? If you're watching this, the people I'm talking to, if you're watching this, I'm looking at uh, folks that are getting close to their retirement, parents 50 plus, their kids are maybe going into college. And, again, they're looking at that rental property as a way to, generate some cash to help pay for the college tuitions. And all of a sudden, you're going to get bit, because I got bit lots. And, times that you thought, oh, I should be making, I should be doing very well with my real estate investing. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, not so much this month or next month or the month after that. So I really want you to think about that before you go stroking a really, really big check for a rental property. Have a look at what else is out in the market and see if digital real estate might be a better, and the e-learning industry might be a better fit for you, and take you further down the road to what you want to do. Because I mean, let's face it, guys, it's not about being Brazilianaires. It's not about getting rich. It's about creating reliable retirement wealth that you can use to, you know, supplement your income. But if you get into retirement, it can replace. And we've got lots of people in the community that were, well up into their careers. They were laid off. All of a sudden, they got into the digital world. They didn't know what they were going to do. They got laid off, but all of a sudden they got into the digital world, only to find out that, hey, now I've got my time back. I can hang out with my family. Um, the digital world is paying me more than my bricks and mortar building business ever did, my career ever did, and I've got my time back. So I don't know, like, it's kind of a win-win. I mean, if you can do, hold on a second here. Um, mute and confirm. Sorry, guys. Always got to be something. So, anyways, there's some opportunities for you there to think about, um, because again, it's just money. There's lots of it. it's always around. It's the time, and especially when you start getting into, your 60s, you start looking at those retirements, your 50s, you start thinking about retirement, your 60s, you're starting to actually get into it. Um, it's your time, and you can't get that back no matter how much money you have. So, think about your options if you're interested in looking at real estate and you want to know a little bit more about real estate investing from somebody who's done it for 20 years. Um, and what other options are out there, I can share that information. Just ask a question, throw me a note. I am 64 years old, if you want to know. So, yeah, I mean, if you want more information, by all means, drop me a note, ask questions in the comments. More than happy to answer questions for you. So, what I wanted to end it with is, again, real estate isn't evil. I still own real estate. I still have rental properties. Not anywhere near what I used to, but I still do have rental properties, and they're just not. Oh, here a second. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. Um, you know, I still own real estate, and it's going to be part of my portfolio going forward. But I just, as I learn more about, the e-learning industry, the digital world, the high income skills. Um, it's funny. I'll tell you a little story here. I started getting into this 3 or 4 years ago, and I was doing a charity flight, and I was talking to the folks on the charity flight, the promoters on this charity flight that I was on. Excuse me. And I was telling them about, getting involved in digital marketing and things like that. And they offered me a job point blank. They said, come and work for us. We need digital marketers. So, again, I mean, if you have a job that needs these kind of skills, you can offer yourself to your employer for additional money. Like, you can earn extra money from your job. It makes you more valuable. That's why I call these things these high income skills of the digital marketing world. So there's some opportunities there as well, but I mean, I'm looking at it from a retirement side. So anyways, guys, that's I just wanted to give you an option for that. Again, if you want to see what this Freedom Formula Blueprint looks like, please, by all means, go to my website, www.yourwealthmastery.com. You can get more information on it. Sign up, you can get the blueprint. Again, it's about a 5-minute read, and it gives you a lot of information about, what the digital industry is like, what the digital, the e-learning industry is all about, and see if it's a fit for you. See if real estate's still a better fit. It's up to you. I mean, I want you, at the end of the day, I want you to make a decision that you feel safe with, that that you feel safe with, that you're going in a direction that you want to go in. And so that's kind of all I got for you right now. But if you so desire, I'd be curious, tell me a little bit about yourselves there. There's a few people out making a few comments. Some of them are not the comments that we want, but um, like, what's stressing you out about when you're looking at your retirement right now? What's stressing you out about that? What are you looking for that you're not getting? What are you looking for that what worries you about going forward? Are you worried that you're going to have to work another decade or so to be able to retire? Are you worried that you're not going to be able to chase the dreams that you wanted to? I'll tell you what, that's one of the things that I really want to do, is I want to do more adventure. I want to do more travel with my wife. I want to do more adventure experiences. I'm trying to do a charity flight that's coming up here pretty quick. Whether I'm going to be able to make it or not, I don't know, but it's going to be quite the adventure if I do. Um, but I'm just trying to figure out. I just really like to know what what's stressing you out. What would you like to do that you just can't finance right now? And let's talk about this and see if we can figure out some options. So anyways, guys, I got to sign off. I've got another meeting to deal with here pretty quick. I really want to thank you guys all for joining me and for being part of my live. It's very much appreciated. I'm going to be doing another live on Wednesday, same time. So what's this about? Well, it's I started about what 10:45. This is Mountain Time that I'm on, so I start about 10:45. I'll probably start about 10 o'clock on Wednesday. Friday, I'm going to have a webinar. We can talk about that a little bit more, and I can get you an invite. You get onto my email list. I will be sending out invites for the webinar on my email list. So by all means, www.yourwealthmastery.com. Go check it out. Toss in your information. You can get a copy of the blueprint, and you'll also get an invite to my webinar coming up on Friday. So in the meantime, guys, again, thanks again for joining me. My name's Harry, pilot and the grandpa from the prairies in Canada, and we'll talk to you soon. Uh, Stream. Oh, guess I need a mouse for that, don't I?